somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the Local Show here at GrassRoots Community Network. I'm Erik Skarvan, your host. Happy summer, guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing summer. We're here live from Aspen, Colorado every Tuesday afternoon at 3:30 with the Local Show coming up on 20 years pretty soon, guys. So we really appreciate you joining us here as we feature inspirational locals from up and down the Roaring Fork Valley. So happy to have a longtime friend of mine back on the show. It's Karla Hope Miller. Welcome back, Karla.
Hi, Erik.
It's been so fun hanging out and
Absolutely.
chatting before the show and learning a lot.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into kind of how we can kind of return home to our soul today. That's pretty. It seems pretty deep and heavy, but it's actually kind of light and fun.
Yes, it is.
In a way, too.
It can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
We'll make it so.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity, I think, for people. And we're all going through kind of seems like transition. Life is kind of about going through transitions and adapting and what's next and what will bring me happiness. And I almost wish there was a book. Maybe there is, Happiness for Dummies, or Happiness 101. But we'll get to that. And I think that's really, coming to our purpose, fulfilling our soul, fulfilling our spirit that's trying to work through us in our life.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just start real briefly with your background. People can find this on your website. Is it the Hope Barn?
The Hope Barn, yeah.
TheHopeBarn.com?
TheHopeBarn.com in Carbondale.
TheHopeBarn.com.
There's a couple Hope Barns out there, but if you plug in also Carbondale or Karla Miller with that, you get.
And it's Karla with a K.
Karla with a K, Hope Miller. Yeah.
Okay, and just briefly tell us a little bit about the story that's portrayed on your homepage, because you had been in landscaping for quite a few years.
Yeah, that was my trade for 28 years, 25 years. And there was a huge awakening inside of me, and spirit needed me somewhere else. Was going through my Chiron return, which is what we were talking about before the show started. And, had to go through a big thing and moved back to the valley, saw true nature after a 5 Point Films night, and came around the corner, and I'm like, wow, I got to move back to the valley. And I looked up at Sopris, and I'm like, wow, Sopris is truly the heart of this valley. Yeah. And all the little valleys that come into it are the veins that just make it all pump. I'm just so honored that, we have such a spiritual, from the Ute Indians to where we all are today, that are, that there's a lot of people in this valley that do a lot of modalities, from breath work to acupuncture to massage. I mean, it's beautiful. Ayahuasca, breath work, like I said, it's just cold plunges, it's like, and doing whatever it takes to come home to the soul. And so I bought the most beautiful home in the world in the valley and transformed it with my landscaping skills. And what I truly love, doing my moon, which is making beautiful sacred spaces, and built this beautiful barn. And I do privates out of there now, and then do sound journeys, but being very respectful of my neighbors. And doing my Pisces, which is go with the flow. I don't have anything that's set in stone of when I do them. It's just when I'm called to do them. And do sound journey meditations, which just really anchors you deeper into the soul, and go to that theta level, which is just at that unconscious level.
Okay. And
so that we're not in this physical body. This is just a vessel for the soul to use. Is we are souls having and using this beautiful human experience.
And so we've got an example of the sound bowls that you use for the sound therapy. And then you also use tuning forks?
Yes, there's called Sonic Alchemy.
Sonic Alchemy.
So I blend the astrology with spiritual psychology. And so we talk about what your soul came here. This is your script.
This is mine.
Yeah, this is yours, actually. And so, you know, we look at your sun, moon, and rising. And we also look at your Saturn, which is what you promised your soul you would come here and do. So we give you tools to allow you not to take this 3D human experience so darn personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because we get caught up in, as we were again talking before the show, in these day-to-day, you know, this happened, that happened, or they did this, or they did that, or you know, these kind of things where it's almost like a blame game, and you know, or it's just, you know, things just happen, like, you know, like your dog dies, or someone, you know, you lose something in your life and it causes a lot of pain and sometimes anger, and so life occurrences, but not internalizing that too much, or looking at it more as an observer and how you can learn and grow from it.
So what we talked about before, Eric, is that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. But if you take it one step further, is that it's happening through you.
Yeah.
So all these experiences that are happening is an opportunity to awaken inside of the soul. We won't go too much into
use it as an opportunity to learn and grow.
And go like, wow, what is this? Why is this happening for me? For me to awaken inside of myself. And so it's not the crises or the situation that you're going through. It's how you deal with yourself as you go through it.
Right.
And when we go like this, I'm upset because, right? Doggone it, we got those 3 fingers pointing back at us.
When we're pointing, yeah, that's a good...
So that is the key. That is where the work comes in, is that I'm upset because. And so what I've really come to realize over the last 6 to 7 years is that where the planets were when you took that first breath at your birth is you took a snapshot of the sky, and wherever those planets were in the conscious above the plane or below the plane, right? This is unconscious and this is conscious up here.
Okay.
Is an aspect inside of you. Okay? So these aspects are just using this vessel to work through. So the more that you can hear them inside of you, because this is the tribe. You have your family out here, you have your kids out here, you have your work, right? But this is only a mirror for you to awaken inside of your own soul. And that's the key. That's the work.
Right.
And so down at the Hope Barn is that we do deep intensives with people. Sometimes it takes one time, but I had someone this morning that's been coming for 3 months, 1 month, 4 months, at 1 month at a time, one time in a month.
Okay.
And really taking 100% responsibility. And it was like popcorn this morning. You know, like you do the work and then you're like, okay, you're needling those little things that bother you inside of you. And the unconscious holds it in the cellular body.
Right.
Until you're ready to look at it and really take responsibility.
It's like you're unpacking.
Totally.
Unpacking some stuff that's been like packed deep down in the chest.
Yes, you know? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Erik, for example, is that when we live in fear, right? When we live in shame, when we live in guilt, is it's going in there because those little ones inside of you, or that 18-year-old or that 30-year-old, however old you are, is that they've been holding this for you. So the more that you can come home to your soul, right, and change that vibration into a higher quality, right, is to release the fear, release the guilt, observe it.
Right.
But how can we, as the mother, the father, nurture these ones inside of us? This is a lot, but it's really the core of it all. And to observe how you show up, and to be at that eagle's perch up there and observe yourself, like. And I've been having so much fun this year doing my own personal work and like having fun with it. And Spirit only gives you what you can deal with. And Spirit will go, whew, what are you going to do about this one, Erik?
Right, right.
And you go, whoa, you overreact, or you're like, oh, okay, that was a good one. Right?
Yeah, that's like a different level of awareness altogether in consciousness.
Totally.
Moving beyond this kind of petty stuff, this physical, like you say, this illusion of what we're kind of get caught up in.
Yep.
So we do have to take a quick break, Karla, because we want to recognize our underwriters, but we're going to we're going to dig into my natal, it's called natal chart or birth chart.
Your birth chart.
A little bit as an
Natal
example. And then we're going to have some sound, a little sound therapy, and so much more. So we're going to take a quick break, guys. Our only break of the show will be gone just for 2 minutes. We do want to thank our summer underwriters for making these kinds of show with Karla Hope Miller of the Hope Barn possible. We've got Aspen Square, Haiti Children, Klug Properties, Independence Pass Foundation, the Hope Barn, Picken County Solid Waste Center, Local Spirits, Sundog Athletics, Wheeler Opera House, and Paradise Bakery. Thank you guys so much for making this summer series happen. We'll be right back with Karla Hope Miller and how you guys can rise and come home to your soul, so don't go away. At the Wheeler Opera House, we set the stage for connections that create memories for our audiences, artists, and greater Aspen community. At the Wheeler Opera House, all are welcome. You're welcome to be a part of history.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Want to live like a local? Help us reduce food waste, a major contributor to climate change.
You can help in 3 simple ways.
Plan menus carefully and only buy what you need.
Collect unused scraps for compost.
Buy ugly fruits and vegetables.
Reduce food waste.
Live like a local.
Brought to you by Paradise Bakery and Gelateria, serving Aspen for 42 years. Providing exceptional service for over 50 years, Aspen Square features studio and larger condominiums for nightly rental with an ideal downtown Aspen location. They offer fully equipped kitchens, wood-burning fireplaces, and private balconies with full hotel-style services and gracious hospitality. Aspen Square is proud to support the local show. Independence Pass Foundation, celebrating 35 years of encouraging stewardship, safety, and appreciation of Independence Pass. Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience the thrills of adventure sports, offering mountain and road biking instruction, fitness hiking, and Aspen's exclusive instructional canoeing and e-biking adventures. Locally owned and operated, Local Spirits has low prices, a convenient location next to Exxon gas station with parking, and is Aspen's exclusive cigar dealer. 3% back with our loyalty program. Karla Hope Miller, an astrologer and sonic alchemist at the Hope Barn, invites you to discover peace and tranquility through her transformative sound healing sessions. Utilizing a harmonious blend of sound bowls, chimes, gongs, and other instruments, Karla guides you on a journey of inner connection, helping you come home to your soul.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Thanks for sticking with us here on The Local Show. We're joined by Karla Hope Miller of the Hope Barn, which is located just outside of Carbondale.
Mm-hmm.
Are you located? Okay.
Yeah.
And people can check you out at thehopebarn.com for more of your amazing services. We've got the singing bowls. And you've done a natal chart for me we're going to go into. But let's talk about firstly the full moon. Like we basically had a full moon last night.
Yeah.
And also Aquarius is at work. Let's just talk about that kind of overview.
So it was a super new moon, which means, which I'd love to go into, why these planets are so important as they transit your natal chart.
Yes.
So that full moon in Aquarius is about the future. Like, what does your future look like moving forward? And that super full moon, and why it's super, is that it's as close as it can be to the Earth as it navigates, right, around, or as our Earth goes around that sun.
Looks bigger. That's why.
Huge. Yeah. I mean, last night
close.
it was so beautiful. Amazing. So think about what is illuminating your future. And we've talked a lot about, not a lot, but a little bit about how you want to shift. And we'll look at that in a moment. But like, for example, and this is what I really want to help people understand, is not to take this 3D world or what humanity is going through, is that it's all divinely guided, right? Is that, for example, it takes Mars 2 years to go around the sun. It takes Jupiter, the hugest planet in the solar system, which is joy, luck, expands things. It takes 12 years to go around the sun.
Wow.
Okay? Pluto, it takes 248 years to go around the sun. It's the furthest planet out there.
Yeah, he's way out there.
And remember, years ago, they wanted to discredit Pluto and not recognize it anymore?
Right.
But that is where the transformation unfolds.
Ah.
So Pluto is death, transformation, and rebirth. I could talk for hours on all of this, so I'm trying to condense it into this half-hour moment. But the biggest thing is the United States of America is going through its very first Pluto return. So it's in the sign. So when we signed that Declaration of Independence back in 1776, was 248 years ago. And Pluto, when we signed that declaration, was in the sign of Capricorn, which is Saturn is, and Capricorn rules containment. It's the law. It rules the government. Okay. It's everything that's governed.
Okay.
So the United States is going through its very first Pluto return, which is death, transformation, and rebirth. So the more that we can just be in our loving and do us,
right,
because that's the only thing you really have control over.
Right.
And the one thing that I can really offer, first and foremost, is the 4 agreements, is to do you and to really do your best to stay out of judgment of what's happening out here, right? Is not to take this personal, is to don't make any assumptions, and just to do your best and to be impeccable with your word. And that is with the tribe inside of you, right? So if we were to look at your chart, okay, in astrology, we look at your sun, moon, and rising. And those are the 3 dominant ones. And so the sun is how you shine, and yours is in Virgo. So you love to be in service, right?
Yeah, huge.
More than ever. You love details. You want it this way, right? And then your moon is in is in Capricorn, so you love to lead by example. You love to be in charge of big groups.
Yep.
You know? And then your rising sign, which is your rising to become, and that's why it's so important to know the time of your birth, because that gives you your rising sign, which is so important, which is you're also a Virgo. The one that we really like to look at is your Saturn, okay? And your Saturn is also in Capricorn, okay? But it's in the 5th house. The 5th house is ruled by Leo, right? Which is what your North Node is. And so to get this in your own chart, you got to come see me and we'll go have fun playing with this in the astrology. But so what that says to me, and it's actually holding hands with Jupiter, so it's expanding that even more, is to come into self-love, into creativity and being childlike. And so I gave you a copy of what your North Node is, which is kind of your shortcut of how to do your chart, and yours is the Leo, is to be that childlike individual who shines his light on everyone else, to come up and play and have a good time.
I'm all good with that.
Right?
I just have to. Yeah, it's like letting go again of the things we cannot control, like other people, for example, or certain situations, moving more into our true self, our true soul, basically our true purpose. And you're right on. I mean, as a guide, I love to get groups out.
Yeah.
As an organizer of litter cleanups, we've got another Trash Crush. I'm going to give a quick plug for Friday, September 13th. We'll meet at North Star's South Gate at 10 o'clock, and we'll go clean litter on all the roads and paths coming out of Aspen. I love that. We did one last May. We do a spring and fall community cleanup where I guide the group, and we go clean up our backyard. To me, that's hugely rewarding.
And the thing that's so beautiful about that, Eric, is that where Uranus is, which is the lightning bolt, which is hitting Taurus, it's going to be there until 2026. And that is what's creating this upheaval of all of this flooding, of all of these earthquakes, is Uranus is really asking us to awaken. And you're awakening, right, in Taurus, in the 9th house, of your philosophy of how you look at the end game. So how you can go to lead. There's a huge awakening unfolding on this planet.
Right.
And to look after our planet. And to do it differently in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you also big picture, if we don't care for Earth, what do we have? You know, that's literally Mother Earth.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, there's a real sense of urgency too, I think, just pragmatically, you know, that there is this pollution out there, whatever different kinds of pollution. Litter is one kind. I like to say it's the low-hanging fruit because we can all just grab it. Other types we can't necessarily do as much about. Air pollution, for example. But it's an easy way to do something like that. So I need to move more into kind of a childlike, playful state too, which I have no problem doing. I love that. I mean, I've been playful since I was a kid riding bikes. I love taking people out for bike rides and sharing skills and knowledge, so they can come literally along for the ride. And so can these little ones in here. Right.
Because remembering, Eric, that this is all an illusion out here for us to awaken inside of here.
Right. So there's self-work that's really worthwhile for all of us, no matter where we're at. You can help unlock some of those things. So say some people go see a therapist and they want to talk through their grief or loss. Like I also have seen, since I lost my dogs last year, a grief and loss counselor. They can release some things that way. So there's different means. Like you say, there's modalities. But you've had some magical experiences both with yourself and with other guests or clients that you've helped. How do you kind of identify which modality or which way or method to help someone? Like they say, they come to you, you know, I want to really, you know, go to the next level of my life or my purpose or however they voice that. how do you kind of make a determination on how to help them?
So if you look at your chart, so like I said, is that when we take that snapshot, which is your birth chart, is that you have fire, air, earth, and water, the elements of where those planets are in each sign, okay? And so, for example, you, excuse me.
It's okay, it's okay.
Is that you, Eric, is it hard for you to cry?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Do you cry?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. So it's interesting is that you don't have but one, and it's very, it's Neptune is what's in your birth chart of a water sign.
Okay.
So you have 2 in fire, you have 2 in air, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in earth. So no wonder why you love Mother Earth so much, right?
Right.
But like someone who, like a child that has a lot of air in their chart, is they want to talk, and they, so you allow that child to talk. And if one has a lot of water, is they want to be cuddled, they want to be nourished. If they have a lot of fire, you need to get that little one out running around and getting and playing in the playground, right?
Right.
So it's what, how much do you have in your chart? I have a really good friend that during COVID, I mean, he, like his modality was cold plunges. And it was like night and day, but you have stuck energy. We also look at your chakra systems, right?
Okay.
If you're not giving and receiving love, like this is where you have heart problems. This is where you get breast cancer, right? These stomach problems is that stuck energy. It's getting it all moving. And so through the sonic alchemy, using the tuning forks or using the crystal bowls, right?
Which would be kind of nice
Yeah.
if we have a minute to hear that
or
too.
5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it gets the energy moving,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
These crystal bowls have all, like this is pure crushed amethyst and quartz crystals.
Wow.
They all have all crushed crystals, which comes from our earth. So it's the vibration of the earth.
Right.
I've got crystals, crystals down here, the amethyst, which that turns negative energy into love and brings peace and compassion and joy. And so, so much of it is thought of what goes on up here. And so it's really putting that bird's eye view of what am I thinking and how can I shift that patterning that I've been in, and how have I been sabotaging myself?
Right. It's doing some digging, digging in there, observing as you're kind of excavating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So would you be able to share some of the sound with us? We're getting down to our last couple
How
minutes.
much time we got?
I think about 2 minutes.
Okay.
So that would be awesome. A couple minutes would be great
Okay.
since you went to the trouble.
So taking in a big, beautiful breath and taking that energy all the way from your crown, connecting to spirit, connecting to your joy. Is breathing in loving and exhaling the loving. Is breathing in the joy and exhaling the joy. And feeling that energy coming all the way from your crown and taking it all the way through the chakra systems and all the way out to the bottom of your feet, connecting to Mother Earth, taking that energy from the earth and taking it from the bottom of your feet, taking it up through your root chakra, your solar plexus, your heart, through your throat chakra, through your instinct and intuition, and out through your crown, connecting to spirit and sending out love. How does that make you feel, Erik?
Peaceful, hopeful, tranquil,
Awesome.
loving,
Yeah. Cool.
and centered. And it seems like the other stuff kind of washes away.
Perfect.
The silly stuff, the little stuff, the physical world type stuff, the beyond control.
Just deeply remembering it's happening through you.
Did you have fun on our show today, Karla?
Always, Erik. It's always, we used to work together at the old Sardi house.
I know. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That at that time, it's amazing now.
Wow.
I so appreciate you and your friendship.
Likewise.
And what you offer our community.
Thank you.
And I hope we get to hang out at the Hope Barn sometime soon. I can't wait to come down and visit.
Down for a sound journey.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Karla Hope
Yeah,
Miller.
Thank you, Erik.
Thank you guys. Thank you, GrassRoots TV, and thank you guys for watching this week on The Local Show. At the Wheeler Opera House, we set the stage for connections that create memories for our audiences, artists, and greater Aspen community. At the Wheeler Opera House, all are welcome. You're welcome to be a part of history.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
Join the string beans in helping reduce food waste in our community.
Plan menus carefully and only buy what you need.
Collect unused scraps for compost.
Ask for smaller portions in restaurants.
Take home leftovers to eat later.
Donate unopened food to our food bank.
Let's work in concert to reduce food waste.
Locally owned and operated, Local Spirits has low prices, a convenient location next to Exxon gas station with parking, and is Aspen's exclusive cigar dealer. 3% back with our loyalty program. Karla Hope Miller, an astrologer and sonic alchemist at the Hope Barn, invites you to discover peace and tranquility through her transformative sound healing sessions. Utilizing a harmonious blend of sound bowls, chimes, gongs, and other instruments, Karla guides you on a journey of inner connection, helping you come home to your soul.
Welcome to the